Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're going to talk about why decluttering isn't actually the first step. And of course, I'm going to share with you what is. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Flora, certified simplification coach and 7-time author. And for over 28 years, I've been helping women like you align into a life and a business that you are wildly obsessed with by helping you clear out the 9 types of clutter, keeping you from a life that you love and from enjoying the life that you have spent so hard to build. What are those 9 types of clutter? They are mental, spiritual, emotional, digital, financial, daily, body, process, and everybody say it with me, environmental clutter. Please subscribe and hit that notification bell so you know every single time an episode is released. And again, today we're talking about why decluttering isn't actually the first step in reclaiming your life. Most people assume the solution to feeling stuck is to declutter your life first. Then once you declutter, then you can do all the things that the clutter has been preventing you from doing. But here's the little plot twist with this. Decluttering isn't actually the first step. Clutter convinces you that your life is smaller than what it really is and that you have less opportunity than what is actually there. I want you to think about this. When you have a day that is stuffed with obligations, your home is packed with stuff that you rarely use, okay? Your mind is buzzing with the shoulds and the to-dos and all the things. You feel like you don't have options. You feel like that vacations are out of reach. You believe that you don't have the energy or feel like you don't have the energy to be healthy and work out and eat healthy and all the things that you know that you want to do or that you should do. And again, we're not shitting on ourselves here, okay? You assume that the hobbies that you want to start, you don't have time for. So you put them off until someday. Trust me, I've been there. We've all been there. Also, you might feel weighed down by a lot of the outdated stuff that you're holding on to, even when you're craving something new. And so you keep putting things off and it's this never-ending cycle. One of the things that I want to drive home here is that clutter doesn't just take up space. It steals your sense of possibility. When you have space, you realize, oh, this is a possibility. I have an opportunity here. But when you don't have the space, those possibilities are null and void. They seem like they are just not even there. So what is the real first step? This is why we're here today. It's actually the opposite of what most people think. Instead of waiting until your house or your schedule or your inbox is totally decluttered, I want you to do the thing that you've been saying that you don't have time for or that you don't have the space for. Book that weekend trip. Even if your closet is a disaster, even if your schedule is booked up to the nth degree, book that weekend trip. Take that yoga class. Again, even if your calendar feels full, pencil it in somewhere. Pick up that hobby that you've been wanting to do, even if your garage is a mess. Even if you have 20 other hobby things cluttering up your space, but you really want to try that new hobby because you know it's more in alignment with that current version of you than any of the other hobby things that you have. Have that dinner with friends that you've been putting off. Even if your house isn't clean, even if your dishes aren't done, even if you have to squeeze it in between appointments, just do it. Why do I want you to do this? I've been coaching people for over 28 years. And in my group programs, my private coaching, in my mentorships, my mastermind groups, this has been one of those things that I've had to fight tooth and nail for people to try. And they're just, I just don't have time. I'm like, you need to make the time. And when they do it, I want you to hear this. Because when you give yourself a taste of what you've been truly wanting and what you've been missing from your life, something shifts inside of you. Something aligns. This is one of the reasons why my private coaching program is called Align. You feel that shift. you feel yourself start to align with the version of yourself that you are now, instead of the outdated version of you that you're trying to fit into your life as it is. You start to realize how good this freedom feels. And suddenly the clutter in your life starts to become intolerable. That's also when decluttering stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like fuel. You're not just clearing things out for the sake of it. You're actually creating room for more of that life that you just experienced, that life that you just tasted, whether it's that little dinner with your friends or a lunch with your friends, or that new hobby that you've been wanting to do, or that yoga class or that Pilates class that you've been really craving. And you're like, oh my gosh, I just haven't had time. Once you get the taste of it, now you're going to start to see why you can't live without it. And you're going to start finding ways to declutter the stuff that has been preventing you from doing that thing in your life. I'm telling you, this is a game changer if I've ever seen one before. And again, this is one of the things in my mastermind groups, in my private coaching, in my group programs. People are just blown away by the results that they get from fitting in this one little thing in their life that they have kept putting off because of the clutter. Recently, one of my clients who shifted from group coaching to private coaching with me is working on really simplifying her daily schedule. And one of the things that she's been working on is trying to fit fitness into her life. And again, she's just like, I just feel like I don't have time. And this is just, and there was all the excuses, which I get. Life happens, and we feel like we don't have the opportunities to do the things that we want. And so I challenged her and I said, okay, here's a free download from my site. Print it off, and I want you to start tracking your day. Make a point over the next 2 weeks, as many times as possible, pencil in the fitness that you want to do. And she said, well, actually, there's this Pilates class that I want to do. It's just down the street. They have it 3 times a week. I just don't see how I'm going to fit it in. I said, this is a challenge for you. Let's do this. And so she's like, okay, fine. So she signed up for the class. After 2 weeks of showing up to that class, she felt alive. She's like, oh my God, Flora, I can't believe how incredible this is. And it inspired her so much that she simplified her daily schedule, again, using that free download that I have on my website. And she cut down on her busy work. And yes, she also started to declutter her home as well as a result of this. She didn't declutter to get freedom. She experienced the freedom first, then decluttered so she could have more of it. That is the hidden key, my friends. So if you're hearing this and thinking, I can't declutter because I just don't have time, I have a challenge for you. I want you to write down 5 things that you say that you want to do but can't because of the clutter in your life. And then over the next 2 weeks, I want you to pick one of those things and do it. Live a little piece of life that you want now. And I guarantee you that when you get a taste of that freedom that you feel when you're doing the things that you've been putting off, it's going to pull you forward into clearing out the clutter so that you can make space for even more. I love this. So share with me in the comments, what's one thing that you've been saying that you don't have time for? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear, and I would love to support you. Also, if you love today's video, give it a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know every single time an episode is released. And also share it with a friend that you know has a very busy schedule and is putting off living the life that he or she wants now because of clutter. I love you. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you back here tomorrow.